Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here, Visualized NZ. I'm going to do some more Margarete Miller collage challenge today. I haven't done any more since I last did a video on this. No puss. Excuse me, just one moment. I seem to have a cat problem. Can you see? Can you see Puss? There's Puss. He's our old boy and he just jumped into my lap. Okay. Sorry, Puss. I'll give you cuddles later. Come on. Let go. Let go. Good boy. Okay, did not plan that interruption. It took me completely by surprise. As I was saying, I haven't done any more of these collages since my last video on these. And so I'm just getting further and further behind again. So time to crack on with a couple. I have prepared everything. I've fussy cut things out that needed to be fussy cut. Oh, now the cats are having a little play fight. Please excuse the goings on in the room. And I will try to do the same. So for this one, this is week 23 and something rough. So I've got this bit of packing paper that the lovely Lisa, sorry, name just escaped me for a second. Lisa sent me in some happy mail. And you know I love a bit of packaging. So that's my something rough. Not sure how I'm going to glue it down yet, but we'll tackle that soon. Something that represents spring. So I've got this little children's book illustration of a mother hen with her chicks, because new life is what spring always makes me think of. So baby animals. A staple. So I've got my stapler out. Something upside down. This took me so long. I had an image of a car that had crashed and was upside down, and I kept it for this prompt specifically. Then it got coffee spilt on it, and then it disappeared. I didn't throw it out, but it just kind of got, because it's weeks and weeks ago now that I collected the image, so I don't know where it is. So I was hunting and hunting and hunting, and then I thought, oh, I'm just going to stick a postage stamp upside down and call it quits. And I opened my container, and the first thing I saw was the strip of stamps from an envelope where two of the stamps are right side up and two are upside down, so whichever way you want to pop it. So that's the answer to that prompt. Buttons, real, drawn or stamped, and I've got buttons that I drew digitally and they're part of my Patreon. Sorry, I'm just distracted. Puss is making all sorts of weird meows. I'm not sure what's up with that. Sorry about the distractions. It's not ideal. And then the bonus is something musical. And as I was going through looking for something upside down in a magazine, I came across this ad for a New Zealand Symphony Orchestra ad. And they were doing Orpheus, so they're doing Beethoven, Mozart, Schumann, tickets, you know, as an ad for the orchestra. So that's how something musical. I'm sorry, guys, the cats have gone absolutely bananas. Look, I'm just going to try and keep going. If it gets too bad, then I might have to pop it on pause for a bit until they settle down, or I get them outside or something, because it's just so distracting. Okay, so let's grab some glue. So glue stick, tacky glue, and work out. So I need to keep some of this because this is one of our elements, right? So let's tear a bit of this down. I don't know if you heard that elephant. That was Puss screaming down the hallway and onto the cat tower, which is like a metre in front of me. Just absolutely bonkers. Kind of maybe something like that, because we haven't got huge elements that we're working with. Am I going to do glue stick, or am I going to try the tacky glue? I'm going to try tacky glue because I want to be able to spread it out a little bit. Oh, and now Snuggles is tearing around the hallway, scrabbling like nobody's business. I actually think they've gone a bit nuts. One, because of the weather. It's quite cold. And two, they were actually locked outside and I didn't realise they were locked outside. Funny story. Last night, my husband was, as he was doing things, and every time he opened the door, there'd be a cat sitting on the doorstep, and they'd come in the door when he opened it. And it's like, why are you guys just sitting on the doorstep? And didn't think anything more of it, and that's fine. Just like literally before I turned this video on, which is why the cats are inside and being nuts, I discovered the cat door was locked so they could get out but not in. So the poor cats, since sometime yesterday, have actually not been able to get in unless somebody opened the door for them. Yeah, so I think they're also a little bit nuts because it's like, oh, we're inside, woohoo! So yes, I will have fun telling my hubby about that tonight when he gets home, and we'll have a good old laugh about, because I think I remember locking it because Kelly came home, and I think I locked it so cats could get out but none could get in, and so she could have some peace while she was inside. And then I forgot that I'd actually locked it. Okay, is this actually going to hold it? Yeah, I think it will. It just needs time for the glue to dry. So that's why they're all a bit nutty, and the weather. I don't really care for his face there. I don't think he's terribly important. Can we perhaps cover him with more of this? I mean, nothing against the guy. I have no idea who he is, but he's just a random dude who doesn't do anything for me on this collage. Is it a bit weird that he's kind of peeking through the... Bless you, puss. I think I'm going to do it more flat, this one, because I don't really like having his eyes peeping through the gaps at me. Are you going to calm down, puss? Are you going to settle down? Yeah, Mum, when I'm finished playing. Snuggles hasn't come back, so obviously she's already settling down in the bedroom. Whereas Puss is playing and scrabbling and scratching and doing all sorts of banana things on the cat tower. So I want to make sure I don't have gaps over his face, because I don't want his eyes creepily peeking out like he's some sort of creep behind bars or something. He's not. I'm sure he's perfectly upstanding, fine, young, or not so young, a middle-aged man, a musician, I would hazard a guess. Maybe the conductor of the orchestra or something. I have no idea. But yeah, eyes through gaps, just a little bit creepy. So just getting some of these edges down. I can always go in and get, put a bit more glue and make sure it's all down nicely. And then maybe that there. Maybe pop them on top of that texture. I'm thinking I need a third bit of this just to make the composition sort of work for me. Maybe just a small scrap. Yeah, let's just pop that there. I'm not being too precious about the composition, but I do want to be happy with it at the end of the day. Puss, no. Puss, sorry guys, no. He's getting up to mischief, going places he shouldn't. Oh, and he has now done so. So he's not listening to his mama this morning. This is a bit of an interesting video, guys. I do apologize that it's a little bit disrupted by kids, wayward kids this morning. Right, and that's going to help sort of partially disguise that there's a person there, kind of. That's our upside down element, so let's just glue that down. And it also hold down that end of the packing paper. And I like that it's red too, because it ties in with the background image. Well, it wasn't that fun, was it, Puss? I don't know why you have to go there. But he's back out now. Excuse me, just had to take care of my silly nose. Okay, let's pop the hen, mother hen there. Now he's digging in the box lid of packing paper and making an awful ruckus. I have a feeling I should have left the cat door locked. Oh dear. Oh well, it's too late now, isn't it? Oops, oops, oops. Darn it. Maybe we should put it up a bit just to cover that hand a little bit more. Random placement, like. And then we've got my wee buttons, and I've got 4 of them, but I'm probably going to only use 3. Yep, 3. And I think we're done, but I'll just double check the list for that, and then we'll move on to the next one. And I've only sorted out enough for 2, so it might be a short video. Distractions, cat distractions aside. Puss, would you get out of there? It's so noisy. Where did I have that one? There. There's a little, where the stamp has just curled up a little bit. I'm just tucking it under that stamp. Oh, staple. I haven't done the staple yet, have I? Okay. Need to do that. So where do we want to add a staple? Kind of liking the idea of putting it in this paper, and it's also going to help attach it. And maybe one over here as well. And then one in this bit. Why not do all 3 bits? And then one up right in the middle, maybe. Okay, so now I'm going to have staples on the back to cover up, because this is going to be the base for my next one. Oh, he's actually curled up in the box. The box lid with the packing paper that came from Lisa as Happy Mail, as part of the Happy Mail. Snuggles loves to sleep in it. She curls up in it. And for the first time, Puss has now curled up in it, and that's what's causing the noise, because he is settling down, but he's washing, so he's rustling all the paper. So there we go. We have something rough with this packing paper. We have something that represents spring, these chicks, staples. I don't know if you can see the staples, but they're there. Something upside down, so these 2 stamps are upside down. Buttons that I drew, the printouts from Patreon, and something musical, which is this ad for the orchestra. Okay, so let's turn it over, and we now have these staples, and we also have a very bumpy surface. So I'm kind of wondering, should I rethink what I was going to do? Should I just put another bit of paper on top? Have I got something handy to do that with? No, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, so the prompts I'm going to tick off out of my notebook. Number 23, and I'm just going to write on the corner, it's number 23. Turn it over, and let's do number 24. So we have something that blows in the wind. We have this lovely lady here with her dress all blowing in the wind. Something written in your non-dominant hand. So I'll explain what this is, but that's written in my non-dominant hand, so my left hand. Something red. So we have two images here. One of them will be something red. They're both actually red, but one of them will be for something red. So we'll just say it's that one. Doesn't matter. Piece of dictionary page. So I've pulled out a couple of bits of dictionary page. Picture from a magazine. So that's where the other red image comes in. So one is red and one is magazine image. Although all of these images are actually out of a magazine. So and then bonus, a measurement. So I've found this image of blood pressure being taken, and it's got the blood pressure on the monitor. So that's the measurement. So I was really pleased with what I found for this one. So let's start with laying some of this dictionary page down. Do we want to just go ahead and the bottom of each page is actually thesaurus. Not that it matters. I'm not worried whether it's all dictionary or not. Maybe something like that. Or maybe that way. And then I was looking at this image because it's kind of got a squarish kind of corner, whether that would sit in that corner. Just kind of playing with arrangement, and then that could cover most of that bottom corner. And I like the interaction, like she's looking up this way, she's looking down this way, so it kind of, and then our Portia here, she could be looking at the car, they're both admiring the car. And then maybe this guy is her husband, and he's got high blood pressure because he's stressing about her eyeing up this car and how much it's going to cost him. So a little bit of a story. And then I've written out a quote, and I've done it in two halves. So the first half says, collage has been one of the most relevant forms of art making. It's resonant because it is made of stuff that we see every day. It's familiar, it reflects our reality. And the quote is from Elliot Hundley. And so I quite liked that. And she could actually stand on that. Okay. Maybe he's also holding that quote there in his hand. So I think I want some more here. Do we just use this bit of thesaurus that I tore off and slide it in under there? I don't care if it's sideways. In fact, it's probably quite interesting sideways. If I can fandangle it. Yes, okay. So we need to remember how it all worked. That's the tough part, isn't it? Once you lay it out. So she's going to be standing on that, and that's going to be like that. So let's glue these down. And because we've got the staples underneath, I'm just going to use tacky glue. And I think the staples will be fine, because I'm not, yeah, they'll be hidden under the layers. They'll be fine. Oh, there's actually a rip in this page. Doesn't matter. It's all going to be glued down. Just make sure I get some glue across that bit. I haven't even asked how you're all doing today. It's Friday. Exciting. Weekend is almost upon us. I hope you have some wonderful, wonderful plans. The plans I thought we were going to have for this weekend, hubby actually did last night instead. So I don't know what we're up to Saturday this weekend. It could be a surprise. I don't think it's going to be very warm. I don't know whether it's going to be wet or something, but it's not going to be warm. So it might just be like a relaxed day. I know hubby is sorely in need of just a relaxed day. But I'm not sure. We haven't discussed it. It's be kind of like see how he feels on the day as to whether he wants to do anything other than veg out in front of TV. There is some other bits, like my new computer needs to be set back up. So need to do that, but that's not going to take very long. Need to somehow raise the couch. He's brought home a couple of bits of timber. He was talking about doing it tonight. I'm just a bit dubious that he might be too tired and it might not happen, so that might be the weekend. That might be Saturday, because I'm finding, because we gave all the equipment back that was loaned to us when I got out of hospital, including couch raisers that raised up the level of the couch, and we had to take those back last weekend. And I think that is largely responsible for how painful my knee is. That the getting up and down from the low surface is really bothering it and making it quite hard to walk at times. It's really unpleasant. So he's going to try and make up some sort of couch raisers himself to relieve that and bring me some more comfort. Right, there is a little bit poke that shows down here. I don't mind so much this, or maybe we can put it this way. Yeah, let's put it that way. I think I'll put it that way up. So glue this side. Yeah, so that it will either be tonight or it will be like Saturday. Again, not a huge job, just another one of those things to fill up time, get done, and make my life a little bit less painful and difficult. So I'm back. I'm actually having more painkillers now than when I did when I got out of hospital. I was only taking them basically twice a day when I got out of hospital. At the moment I'm taking them 3 times a day, just to keep on top of the pain, because it's really not fun to try and walk with a sore ankle that's still recovering, and then the opposite knee that's just so excruciatingly painful and keeps giving out on me and doing stupid things. Not exactly safe, I have to say. Right, I can't remember if there was anything under her, but there is not going to be now, because I've gluing her on. I think she's fine. Right, possibly this might have been under her, but I can't remember. So he's definitely on that next layer, so we'll put him down. I like trying to make stories out of my collages where possible. So there definitely wasn't one in that first one that we did, but this one I feel like the pieces have come together in a sort of a story, which was not planned, but just kind of through the arrangement of them, it does lend itself to creating a bit of a narrative. So let's pop you up there, mister, with your high blood pressure. Right, so we can pop that on top of his hand like he's holding the quote. just written with my left hand on a bit of coffee dyed scrap paper. I like that this dictionary has the word dictionary at the top of the pages, just in case you didn't know. So I think that's a little fun piece as well. Now you're going to be standing on there. So she's coveting that car. She really wants that car. And husband is stressing about it. It's going to cost a fortune. We can't afford that. But he loves his wife, and it's like, well, you know, I want the best. I want the world for you, my wife. But it's going to bankrupt us. But I love you. I'll buy it for you. But it's going to bankrupt us. Can you just feel the stress for him? Whereas she's like, I want it. I don't care how you do it. I just want it. Very selfish. I'm creating this whole backstory, which is funny. I find it funny. Right, so you're going there. So I get this in the right place. I'm just going to hold one end down and glue an end. And then move her out the way, and then I can glue down the other end. Like so. Well, Puss has finally settled down. What a relief. And Snuggles must have gone to bed, so in the bedroom. So silence reigns once again. In fact, oh, I thought he'd actually left entirely, but no, Puss has come out of the box and he's now up on the armchair beside me. Right, now I need to get you where I wanted you. Oops, control the little cap for the bottle. And then I'll check the time. I don't think I'll go on and do another one because I haven't got anything ready for it. Unless you wanted to watch me harvest and see if I could find appropriate images. But that can take quite a while. Which is why I tend to do that, well, why I do that off camera. So yeah, there's our lovely lady with her dress blowing in the wind, coveting that fancy Porsche. So have we got everything? We have anything that blows in the wind, which is her dress. Something written in your non-dominant hand, so we've got this quote. Something red, so the car for argument's sake. A piece of dictionary page, so we've basically collaged dictionary page in the background. Picture from a magazine, so we're going to call this moped our magazine image. And bonus, a measurement, so this guy taking his blood pressure, which reads 180. Not a good blood pressure. So he's really stressing over that car. Am I calling it finished? I'm feeling like I want to add some washi tape. Or if I try and get it, it's going to go crash. Please excuse me for a moment. And my squeaky chair. Oh yeah, crash. Yep, there we go. Crash. Sorry about that. Right, I'm looking for a particular washi and I couldn't see it just by sort of opening the edge of the box. And it wasn't actually far away. I was thinking about this red one. Red and white. If we just want to add a bit of that. It's not part of the prompt. I just feel like it could do with a little bit here and there. Don't want it over top of the dress. Just to somehow, I don't know. I just feel like I need to, so I'm going to. Doesn't need to really be a reason, does there? It's... Yes, that's making me happier. Now, one more bit. Up here. Down here, maybe? No. Down there. Let's go down here. There we go. Just somehow to me completes it. So I can tick off this one. It is number 24. Just so I keep track. So I've done that one. So 25. What is 25? We've got a piece of furniture, a doodle, something that makes sound in a pattern. Eating utensil, a list, and an illustration, which could literally be anything. Okay, so definitely this one here, something that makes sound in a pattern. I think that's going to take me a little while to work out what I want and find something for that one. The rest probably not too bad, but I'm not going to even attempt to try and do that on camera because it was going to take way too long and be super boring for you guys. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this, me collaging these two sets of prompts from the Margarete Miller Collage Weekly Challenge, I believe is the full name. Yeah, I had fun and I'm pleased. I'm another two weeks further down the track, and probably by the time I do the next one, I'll probably be another 2 weeks behind, so I'm not really making any headway. But that's okay, as long as I have fun. That's all that matters. It's art, people. It's supposed to be fun. Okay, guys, have an absolutely brilliant weekend. Whatever you find yourself doing, I hope it's a good one. Take care, my friends. Make some time for some art, maybe. And I'll catch you for the Deal It Up Challenge on Monday. See you then.